Hi everyone, thank you guys so much for joining me today on the mat. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Alyssa. I do Pilates at home workouts. I recently took a poll on my channel and a lot of subscribers had stated that they wanted a lot of 40-minute videos, 30-minute and then 10-minute videos specifically for core related. So today, welcome, we're gonna be doing a 30-minute at home Pilates workout. The equipment that I'm gonna be utilizing today is one dumbbell and then also a lovely resistance band. If you guys don't have any of those equipment, it's totally fine. You do not need to have this equipment if you don't have it. It's totally fine. You can do this workout without. If you maybe only had ankle weights or wrist weights, I would suggest maybe putting them on your ankles, but I'm not even gonna be putting them on. Again, just throwing on any extra equipment that you want to go ahead and utilize for any extra added spice. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribe, give this video a like, maybe comment down below if you want to see more 30-minute at-home Pilates workouts. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into it today. Wherever you are, you're going to go ahead and come onto your mats. You're going to go ahead and roll it on down to your back into a nice supine position. Your legs can be extended out in front of you, maybe placing one hand over your heart, one hand over your stomach. We're just gonna go ahead and get connected here and get connected to the space. As you go ahead and take a nice big inhale here through that nose, feeling those lungs, feeling those rib cages expand, holding it up at the top, and then exhale through the mouth, letting everything go as those rib cages drop. Go ahead and take another nice big inhale here. Exhale, letting go of anything that is not serving you here on the mat. Going to the cadence of your own breath as you just go ahead and take a second to recenter and regroup for the work that we're about to do on our mat here. Good. Showing up for yourself, taking the time that you need to practice movement on your mat. Good. If those eyes were closed, begin to blink them open as you begin to wiggle those toes and wiggle those fingertips. Maybe roll out those ankles and roll out those wrists. Just bringing warmth and awareness to your mat here. Beautiful job. I swear I always balance on this clip on the back of my head. All right, when you're ready and those eyes were peeled open, you're gonna go ahead and interlace those fingertips behind those heads. Those thumbs come down the bridge of the neck. Those elbows come nice and wide. You can begin to float that right leg up to tabletop. Begin to float that left. So those knees are together, toes are together, shins are gonna be parallel to the ground. You're gonna find that nice neutral spine, so there's a little tiny gap between that lower back and that mat. On your next inhale here, exhale as you lift it on up for a nice upper ab curl. Inhale as you lower back down. Good, so we're just starting off with some simple crunches to begin. Those elbows are nice and wide. Your rib cages is pulling in. Your pelvic floor is nice and controlled and stabilized. You're pulling from those rib cages at all times. You're never just gonna be pulling from those head, neck, and shoulders. You're lifting it on up and then slowly inhaling on the way down. Good, just warming up that core here. Beautiful job. Exhale, lift. Inhale as you lower. Knees are stacked right over top of those hips. They're not in too close, nor are they too far or your feet are dropping. Nice tabletop position. You should be able to put your matcha right on top of those shins. Well, maybe if you were to place a book there, not a matcha, but I think you know what I mean, just so that it wouldn't fall off. Exhale, lift. Inhale as you lower. Beautiful job. I need 8 more. 8, and then we add on. Give me 7, 6. We continue that same upper body motion. The only thing that changes, those legs go long and lengthen all the way on out to 90 degrees up towards the ceiling. In 3, in 2. This next one, Inhale as you lower back down. Go ahead and extend those legs on out to 90. You're giving me that nice Pilates V. Heels are together. Knees are externally rotated. Exhale, lift. Inhale as you lower. So going into a more contemporary style here, but you're still going to feel the burn. Exhale, lift. Inhale as you lower. Lift. Lower. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On this next one, exhale, lift it on up, hold it here. Can you simply lower down that right leg down to 45? And then can you bring it back on up to meet that left heel as it's up still at 90? Continue to lower down that right leg only. Elbows are nice and wide. Good. Those head, neck, and shoulders are lifted up off the mat as you begin to just lift and lower that right leg. Good. Give me 8. If your neck is bothering you, you can simply lower it down to the mat here, just lowering down that right leg to 45 and then lifting it back on up to meet that left for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go ahead and get right into that left-hand side. Lower down that left leg and then lift it back on up to meet that right. Good. Lowering it down, lifting it back on up. Again, those head, neck, and shoulders lifted are dealer's choice. Those knees are externally rotated on out. Your belly button is still pulling in towards that spine. Good. You're continuing to breathe. You're not holding your breath here. Okay. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This next one, bring that left leg back on up to meet that right. Can you now go ahead and lengthen out even longer? Energy shooting out from those toes. Begin to lower down those legs down to 45 and then lift them both back on up to 90. Good. Lowering them back down. Lifting them back on up. Good. For 8, 7, 6, 5. You're going to have them low at 45. In 3, in 2. This next one, lower both those legs down to 45. Can you just begin to tap those heels for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bring those knees into those chests. A little rock side to side, letting out any lower back tension. Oh, my Lanta. I think my core was already on fire. Beautiful job. Now, from here, we're going to go ahead and bring on that resistance band. It's going to come above those knees, and we're going to be side lying on our right side. All right, so now the key to this, you're also going to want to have that dumbbell near you as well, okay? For this, you're going to be laying down on your side. I don't want you down on your shoulder. If you cannot be down on your shoulder, I prefer that you guys would be lying down, okay? Lying down would mean that your right arm is extended, your right ear is just resting on to your arm here. You have that dumbbell handy. For the workout, we're gonna grab it. Those feet are gonna be in line with those glutes, and that resistance band is gonna come above those knees. Right hand is gonna be in front of that chest. Now your hips are gonna be squared off, so you're not dropping it down. You're lifting and squaring them off. It's how to check that is there should be a tiny gap between that rib cage and your mat there. All right, from here, go ahead and just extend that right leg long, okay? You should be able to see it out of the peripheral vision of your left eyeball. All right, from here, you're just gonna begin to lift up that left leg on up towards the ceiling and then lowering it back down. So you're not gonna be able to lift it as high as if you weren't gonna have on that resistance band. Good. We're just getting into those side glutes, working those inner thighs. And we're fighting the tension on that band the entire time. You're not lowering down that leg so that there's no tension on that band. I need it out right in line with that hip as you lift and then lower it back down. Notice how it's in line with my hip here. Good. Beautiful job. Getting into those glutes. Breathe. Rib cage is pulling in. You're breathing, you're smiling, you're having fun. Again, try not to be on your shoulder, because what happens here is when you're doing this, you tend to sink it down. So, and once you sink it down, you're not really going to be engaging everything. You might fall back, you might fall forward, et cetera, et cetera. You're going to have more control and more stability here. Lifting and then lowering that leg. Good. Beautiful job. I need 8, 7, 6, woo, feel the burn. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2. This next one, try and lift up that left leg here. Can you go ahead and give me tiny little pulses down and up? So it's a small 1-inch movement, down and up, down and up. Good. Beautiful job. Breathe. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that left leg lifted. Can you go ahead and give me tiny little circles in one direction? Tiny little circles in one direction. The energy is shooting out from those left toes. Your left leg is long. You're smiling again. You're not sinking it down into those rib cages. Good. Everything is pulling in. Beautiful job. Begin to rotate the opposite direction here. Rotate the opposite direction here. Good. You're still giving me those circles. Beautiful job. I can see all the hard work that you're putting in on your mat. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that left leg lifted with that tension. Can you begin to go ahead and bring that left knee down to meet that right knee? So notice how it comes down on an angle, okay? Rotating in towards that hip just a little bit. And then we're gonna lengthen out that left leg. Begin to drop down that left knee down to meet that right. And then begin to press it out long here. Yes. Beautiful. The more that you rotate that left knee in and press it on out long, the more that you're going to feel it in those glutes. Yes. 8, 7, 6, 5. You're going to begin to grab onto that dumbbell in front of you with that left hand. And 4, 3, 2. This next one, hold that left leg long and still have that tension on that resistance band. Begin to bring that weight into that left hand. It's rotated on out towards the side. You're going to begin to press that left arm up towards the ceiling and then lower down that left elbow down by that left rib cage. Good. Pressing it on up, still fighting the tension with that lower body. You're finding strength and stillness. The only thing that is working is that left arm here. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This next one, hold that left arm here. As you begin to bend in that left knee, bring it in front of that chest here, and then as you bend it in towards that chest, you're going to drop down that dumbbell down towards that left temple, and then press everything out long. Dropping down that dumbbell by that temple, bringing that left knee to chest, really fighting the tension on that band, and then press everything on out. Good. I need 8, 7, 6. Oh my Lanta. Give me 5. Oh my goodness. Give me 4. Holy cow. Give me 3. Give me 2. This next one, hold everything out long. Begin to give me tiny little pulses down and up with that left leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Begin to lower it back down. Begin to drop down that dumbbell in front of that chest. Tap out that left glute. Oh my goodness. I don't think I'm going to be able to walk tomorrow. When you're ready, go ahead and switch it on over to the left-hand side. So we're now going to be down on our left side. Okay. On our left side, I'm just switching it on over. Again, if you can, I would prefer you guys to be lying down on your left-hand side. Make sure that dumbbell is by your side. Okay. From here, those knees, again, are bent. That resistance band is on. I'm going to move my mic over to the other side. That way you won't hear any mumble. There we go. A little nice intermission as you guys grab a drink if you needed it. So left arm is down, left ear is going to be down on that forearm. Knees are bent in, but those feet are going to be in line with those glutes. When you're ready, find that that right hand is going to be in front of that chest. A little tiny gap between that rib cage and that mat. When you're ready, begin to extend that right leg long. From here, you're going to begin to lift it on up, that right leg, and then slowly lowering it back down. Good. Lifting it on up, and then slowly lowering it back down. Beautiful job, you guys. Just lifting and lengthening through that right leg as we get into those under glutes and those side glutes here. Those hips are squared off again, so that there's a tiny gap between that rib cage and that mat. If it feels good, you can also go ahead and place your right hand on top of your right hip. That way you're not going ahead and sinking it back too much. If you sink it back too much, you open up that chest and you really lose that core control and engagement while also working that core. You also don't want to be rolling it forward too much. Good. Maybe placing a yoga block or a wine bottle or maybe your coffee right behind you. And if you can feel it moving, okay, that's a nice check then too as well. Good. Give me 5, 4. We're going to hold that right leg lifted in 3, in 2. This next one, hold that right leg lifted. Begin to give me tiny little small 1-inch movements as we begin to pulse that right leg up toward the ceiling. Pulse, 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 pulse. Good. I need 8, 7. Energy shooting out from those right toes. Give me 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that right leg lifted. Hold it here. Beginning to give me tiny little circles in one direction. Tiny little circles in one direction. I swear this doesn't seem like it's big and powerful and mighty, but let me tell you, we're working those glutes here. We're working them. Good. In 4, we rotate the opposite direction. In 3, in 2. Begin to rotate the opposite direction here. Begin to rotate the opposite direction. You're drawing nice smiley faces. You're smiling. Don't hold your breath. I know it burns. I know it shakes. Give me 4, 3, 2. Hold that right leg lifted. Hold it here. Begin to go ahead and drop that right knee down to meet that left. Really rotating it in. And then begin to extend it and press it out long. Okay? Bending it in, pressing it out long. Good. 8. Really rotating it in and then sending it out long with that knee. Give me 6, 5, 4. If that band is too much, you're more than welcome to lose it. Give me 3. Give me 2. Go ahead and grab that weight into that right hand. This next one, you're going to hold that right leg lifted and out into space. You're going to take that dumbbell. You're going to place it in that right hand. You're going to open it on up, reaching it up towards the ceiling, and then lowering it back down with that elbow down by that rib cage. Press it on up, lowering it back down. Oh, my Lanta, give me 8, 7, 6, still have that tension on that band. Give me 5. Close your eyes if you need to. Do not hold your breath. Give me 3, 2. Hold that right leg up and with that right arm. As you begin to drop down that dumbbell towards that temple, you're going to drive that right knee in towards that chest. And then begin to press everything out long. Good. Driving it up and in. And then sending it everything out long. Good for 8, 7. Oh, my Lanta. Give me 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Send everything out long. Hold it here. Little tiny lift up and down with that right leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Begin to lower it down. Begin to tap out those glutes with that right hand. Oh, my Lanta. I have a knife in my glute. When you're ready, go ahead and pop it on up. Beautiful job, you guys. You're going to go ahead and grab on to that resistance band here. You're going to place it above those elbows, and you're going to come to a nice 4-point position here, okay? You're going to place it above those elbows. You can move that weight out of the way. I'm just going to move mine off to the side here because I don't want to roll onto it. All right, so you're going to come to a nice 4-point position. The band is just there to make sure that those elbows don't go out wide for the work that we're going to be doing. Don't be scared. Shoulders are going to be stacked over top of those wrists. Your gaze is down in between those hands. From here, you're going to begin to extend that right leg back behind you. Begin to extend that left. You're just holding it up here in that nice plank here. Holding it and finding strength and stillness. The energy is shooting out from the crown of the head down through those heels. You're just holding it here. Good. Beautiful job. Give me 10, 9. You're going to walk that right foot in to meet that left. You're in a nice bear hold. In 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Go ahead and begin to bring that right knee in. Begin to bring that left. You're in that nice bear hold here. Those hips are lifted. Those shins are parallel to the ground. Give me 5. Give me 4. Give me 3. We got a bear hold. We're going to go into a nice push-up. In 3, elbows stay nice and glued to you. That's why the resistance band is there. This next one, begin to drop in those elbows and then press it on up. Dropping it down into those elbows and then press. 8. Knees are still lifted and hovering. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This next one, continue to hold in that bear hold. Go ahead and extend that right leg, extend that left. You're up and lifted back again into that nice high plank. Hold it here. Hold. Beautiful job. Hold it here. Find strength here. When you're ready, begin to drive that right knee in towards that left elbow. Send it back out long. Begin to drive that left knee in towards that right elbow. Send it out long. Beautiful job. I need 6 more. 6, 5, 4. Drive it in. Give me 3. Give me 2. This next one, hold it here in that nice high plank. Hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This next one, send those hips high. Send those hips high. That resistance band might be in your way. Beautiful. Mine's in my way. Just send those hips lifted. Good. When you're ready, come back down to that high plank. You're going to go ahead and drop it down towards those knees. You're going to send that right foot forward. Good. And those arms are going to come up 90-degree angle. Palms are going to be facing in. Beautiful. Roll the shoulders out of your neck. Beautiful job. You're just kneeling here, okay? If you would like, you can go ahead and even send that right foot back behind you if that feels better. But from here, we're going to go ahead and fight the tension on that band. Begin to press those elbows out to the width of the mat, and then bring them back in. Bring them out. Bring them in. Bring them out. Bring them in. You're not leaning back and you're not leaning forward. Look up and lifted for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We go lift up, one right, one left with those hands. In 3, in 2. This next one, go ahead and begin to give me one right, one left. So lift it up, one right, left, right, left. Good. Right, left, right, left. We go both hands in. 4, 3, 2. Let's go. Both hands right here. Lift it up, down, lift, lower for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold those hands here. Hold them here. Begin to pulse it out and lift it up. Both hands. So pulse it out, lift, out, lift. I need 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one here. Go ahead and place those palms down. Begin to send that right leg back behind you. You're going to go ahead and extend it back, one right, one left, maybe in that nice high plank. Once more. Hold it here. Hold. Your magic number for today is 5. We have 5 push-ups. In 3, 2. Let's get into those push-ups. So drop it down. Press. Inhale. Exhale. I need 3 more. 3, 2. Last one. Press. Hold it here. When you're ready, begin to bring those knees the width of the mat. Go ahead and find a nice child's pose as you go ahead and lose that band. Dropping it off towards the side, reaching those fingertips up towards the top of your mat as you send those hips back and those knees are wide, your big toes are to touch, your forehead is down on the mat. Good, and when you're ready, you begin to lift up from those hips. You lower it down, you find a nice flat position. Those hands can come down by your side, resting that cheek onto your mat, and just letting that heart rate come down if it was up from those push-ups. Good. Just inhaling and exhaling here. Wonderful job. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and meet me on up into a nice seated position here on your mat. Good. We have 2 breaths, and then you're out of here. You're going to go ahead and take a nice big inhale here. Exhale, letting all the negativity go. Go ahead and take another nice big deep breath in. Those palms come together up at the top. You exhale as you bring it down to heart center. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on the mat. My name is Alyssa. Again, if you haven't done so already, please make sure that you subscribe, give this video a like, comment down below, maybe something that you really enjoyed about this, maybe something that you want to work towards. Thank you guys so much for being here. Again, if you guys want to see more of these 30-minute full body workouts, please make sure to let me know. Other than that, I cannot wait to see you guys next time. Excellent, excellent work on the mat today. You guys should be so proud of yourselves as you continue to get stronger and stronger every single time that you show up here with me. So thank you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you guys next time on the mat. Bye.